Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 14. Wherefore he saith, Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and the anointed shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. So here you have another spirit of vengeance that appeased the Lord's wrath. You know, this one was in a Barnes and Nobles. Jake, and when you look at Jake, you could tell he's a little out of it, or maybe a lot out of it. You know, this whole mental illness thing. Yeah, you know, Jake, along with everybody, you know, most people, not everybody, but most people in this country are dealing with some type of substance abuse, right? Whether it's liquor, this trumped up chemical, you know, based weed, marijuana that they got people smoking out here, you know, prescription drugs, whatever, man. So you have a lot of that going on, and that only enhances, you know, a demon, you know, that cause these types of acts. But it's even deeper than that, because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is in control of everything. So when these types of things happen, you know, this is of the Lord, man. The Lord executed this, as you when you read Psalms 9 and verse 16. And when you read let's get it, Zephaniah, right? Let's get Zephaniah chapter 3. And verse 5. It says, The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. So every morning the Lord's judgment, you know, makes an impact. Every day, multiple times in a day, the Lord's judgment is flooding the earth, man. So this is no different. So let's listen in, man, because this is the time we living in. Things are dangerous. People are dangerous. The situations are going to become more dangerous, more violent. It's not going to be. There's no such thing as what they call it, a un. I forgot what they call it. Pretty much when it just happens out the blue, man. An attack that just happened out the blue. I forgot what they say, but it's not that, man. It's the spirit that the Lord has jump on that person to do, you know, what He want them to do, right? So let's go.
A man accused of carrying out a random stabbing inside a Palm Beach Gardens bookstore appeared before a judge. Newly released police records revealed disturbing details about what investigators say led up to the attack that killed a 65-year-old woman. CBS News reporter Jamilka Gibson joins us now with those details.
This arrest report sheds light on the suspect's mental state. He convinced police that there was no actual motive behind the murder. In fact, he didn't even know or speak to the victim. Now he's facing premeditated murder charges. 40-year-old Antonio Moore, standing before a judge Wednesday, dressed in all blue. His first court appearance since the deadly attack police say he carried out inside a Palm Beach Gardens bookstore Monday night.
Yes, Your Honor, it's capital offense. That's the bond. I have no contact with the Mexican.
It happened just before 8 p.m. inside this Barnes & Noble on Legacy Avenue. According to the victim's husband, his wife was shopping for Christmas gifts. While looking at a magazine, Moore allegedly walked up to her, stabbed her in the back, and ran out of the store.
I was shocked, to be honest. Like, I've never heard of that before, like around here especially. And I've been going here my whole life, so.
Surveillance video and descriptions from witnesses helped officials track down the suspect about 1,500 feet from the scene. According to this report, Moore confessed to the stabbing, telling police an internal buildup triggered a fight-or-flight response, and the victim, who he didn't know, was the closest person to him.
Yeah, I feel like already as a young woman, it's something I'm always worrying about, and for that to be so prevalent now in my own neighborhood, it's definitely going to probably keep me up.
Police say Moore, who
So this Palm Beach Gardens. So it's probably like a nice neighborhood, maybe a Edomite neighborhood or whatever. Probably got a couple of Jakes in there. But you see this violence and these judgments are floating over to these upscale neighborhoods now, man. It's gonna soon take over this whole fucking country, man. Because you devils, this is not your land. You stole this land, and you shed blood. You shed the blood of the Israelites throughout history, man. Even today, Israelites are killed in this country, and nobody gives a damn. Nobody bats an eye. Nobody thinks of how to change it. Nobody wants to help. So what you think the Lord is going to do to you? And he hates you, man. The Lord hates the nation of Edom. Who's the nation of Edom? The so-called white man, woman and child. Right? And the Lord loves the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. That's the only people he loves, man. So you destroy his people, you kill his people, you rape, rob, and murder his people. And then you think that you're going to just live over here in your nice neighborhood and live in peace and harmony and nothing's going to happen to you? The Lord don't work that way, man. The Lord is going to avenge the blood of his saints. Who are the saints? The Israelites. The Lord said he's going to avenge the blood of his saints. So he's going to get all you devils back. Right? All of you devils you're going to pay. But you got people that are unhinged. You got, not just Jake, but they like to, put Jake in the forefront and say, this is what's wrong with our country. Look at them. Right? Look how violent they are. But Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he's the most violent man on the earth. Right? He's the most wicked man on the earth. But yet, he'll stay in the dark and put Jake to the forefront when Jake commits an act like this. Right? So this devil, he's going to pay, man. But all of this going out, all this judgment going out, it not being safe, you not knowing where to go, you just want to be in the house, and you don't want to go outside, you don't want to watch the news because it's too depressing, things like that. There's no set way that you can come out of this or be protected from this other than through the mercy of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. This is Psalms 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High. And what's the secret place of the Most High? The Bible, this truth. Right? And who's the only ones that can dwell in the secret place? The Israelites, his children. Nobody else has protection from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua but his children, man. And not all his children, but the elect. Those are the ones that are going to dwell in the secret place, man, which is this truth. It says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Right? So the shadow is the protection. The only way you can be protected is if you're dwelling in the secret place where nobody can find you, where nobody understands, where you are and how you think. And that's this truth, man. This is the only hiding place right? From the tempest, the destruction, the violence, the wickedness, the evil, the judgments. So if you're thinking some other way, you're sadly mistaken, man.
Has a history of mental illness, is homeless. He arrived in Palm Beach County by bus from Georgia and had only been in the area for about a week before the tragedy. But this isn't the first time untreated mental illness led to random violence in the area. We are weeks away from the trial of Semi Williams, who killed a Palm Beach Gardens teenager in an unprovoked attack in 2021. And last year, a man named Junior Boucher killed a 65-year-old stranger at the Sand Hills Crane Golf Club on impulse. Mental health experts say cases like this expose major gaps in the system.
As an adult, you can't force treatment on somebody. So if they refuse treatment, refuse to go in for sessions, refuse to take their medications, they're more often than not going to wind up in situations where they get arrested.
Here in Palm Beach County, there are several mental health resources available. We have a list on where to find them on our website, CBS12.com. Reporting in the newsroom, Jamilka Gibson, CBS 12 News.
And there it is, man. You see Jake right here. You know, this is 2 Esdras 15:5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction," man. That's what the Lord is bringing, right? He's not bringing peace. He's not bringing good times. He's not bringing unity. The Lord's not bringing that, man. The Lord is bringing judgment and death. That's what he's bringing, man. So let's get this last one. We're going to shut it down because this Jake, he was used to appease the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This is Sirach 39:28. "There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them." Who made the spirit? Yahweh Shem Yahushua. How did that spirit of vengeance appease, the Lord? By the judgment that it wrought, right? That spirit was set for that woman, that 65-year-old woman. More than likely, she was an Edomite woman, right? So it's going to be more of these cases, way more of these cases. We're going into this so-called new year. Oh, man, it's going to turn up. It's going to turn up, man, especially with all the layoffs that's coming. Hey, man, it's going to turn up, man. So be ready, man. Your best bet is to get in the under the shadow of the Almighty and dwell in the dwelling place, the secret place, man, which is this truth. So I'm going to leave it there. Yahweh Shem Yahushua willing, the elect was edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. Till the next lesson, Shalom.